So hello everyone. So today I am going to discuss about the chemical properties of alcohol. Okay. But before going to the chemical properties of alcohol, we should understand that how the alcohol is doing the reactions. How the alcohol is doing the reaction with other species. Okay. So write down. First you can write down the topic name, that is chemical properties. Chemical properties of alcohol. Okay, I am starting this topic now, chemical properties of alcohol. Okay, so there are many chemical properties of alcohol, but before going to start the chemical properties of alcohol, we should know that how the alcohol will behave in front of what. So you can write down that alcohol can behave as, write down along with me also, alcohol can behave as electrophile or nucleophile. It can behave as both. Okay. So what is this? I know you will be wondering, but first see the lecture, then you understand each and everything. This lecture is very important and it's a bit tough also. So understand the logic. If you are not understanding, please comment me or you can message me on my software so that I can give you the perfect answer. So before going to this electrophile and nucleophile, we will understand what is this electrophile and nucleophile. So see students, electrophile are those species which are in need of electron. This you know. Okay. So electrophile are those species which require the electron. They require the electron. That's why they have a positive charge on it. Means they are in a requirement of electron. So they have a positive charge on it. Second, so what do you mean by nucleophile? So nucleophile are those species which are in need of giving electron. Giving electron means electrophile are those species which are in requirement of electron, they need electron, and nucleophile are those species which are in need of giving the electron, means they have a extra electron. Means I can write down like this, Nu minus. This is a simple and short language. So nucleophile are what? The nucleophile are those which are in need of giving the electron, they have extra electron. And electrophile are what? So electrophile are those which are in need of electron. So I can say this electrophile in sweet language and short language I can say require electron, this give electron. Clear? So electrophile are those which require electron and nucleophile are those which need electron, which gives electron, which require electron. Are you understanding this? First you understood this electrophile and nucleophile. So electrophile is those which require electron, means they will attract the electron. Gives what? Nucleophile means what? They will give the electron. Now see this alcohol can behave as a both. It can act as an electrophile as well as act as a nucleophile. So we will see this. See, this is alcohol. This is also alcohol. If cleavage occurs of OH, so what it is forming? RO minus and H plus. So see here. Now this is nothing but a what? Nucleophile. Yes or no? This is nothing but what? Nucleophile. So when cleavage of OH occurs, when cleavage of OH in ROH occurs, it acts as a nucleophile. When cleavage of RO occurs, that is CO. So now see, split it here. This is R plus, now OH minus. Focus on R. So this is R. So this now acts as a electrophile. Now you can see here there is a cleavage of what? So here there is a cleavage of OH. And here there is a cleavage of what? RO. RO means nothing but what? Here there is a cleavage of RO, and RO is nothing but what? RO means nothing but CO, because R is nothing but an alkyl chain, and alkyl chain means contain what? Carbon. So here there is a cleavage of CO. So in your book I am telling, because in your book there will be written of cleavage of OH and cleavage of CO. So cleavage of CO. Cleavage means breaking. It's in high level English, nothing but chemical language. Okay. So whenever cleavage of OH occurs from ROH in this way, so it will act as a nucleophile, and whenever cleavage of RO occurs, that is CO, in this way, so it will act as a electrophile. So if you want to act the alcohol as nucleophile, so whose cleavage you will do? You will do the cleavage of OH from ROH. If you want to react alcohol as electrophile, then you will do the cleavage of RO from ROH. There is a cleavage of CO. Clear now? Now, I will write down this one point, say here. See, to do the cleavage of CO, this is very simple. This I can explain in an easy term, but the problem is with this portion. What is the problem with this portion? We will discuss this. Now see here. If I want to do the cleavage of RO, or if I want to act alcohol as electrophile, then I have to do the cleavage of RO. If I am doing the cleavage of RO, this OH minus will be generated, and this OH minus generated means here I have to do the SN reaction. So CO reaction will be which kind of reaction? SN reaction. I will explain, don't worry about it. SN reaction. SN means here substitution nucleophilic reaction will occur, because I will take one nucleophile. If I want to remove this OH minus, so I have to react this electrophile with nucleophile. Suppose I am discussing about this reaction. I have one electrophile. Say this is the electrophile. Say E plus. So I am taking this R plus. This is one electrophile. To do the reaction with this, I should have one nucleophile. So this nucleophile will do the reaction on what? This electrophile. This nucleophile will do the reaction with what? This electrophile, or see here. Suppose I have ROH. I have split it. Now to do the reaction with this positive electrophile, I should have a what? I should have a nucleophile. So this nucleophile will attack this R plus, and this R plus will leave this OH minus. Means this type of a reaction where nucleophile is attached and one nucleophile is substituted. See here, this nucleophile is attaching, a new nucleophile is attached, and old nucleophile is leaving. So nothing but what I am doing, I am just doing the substitution of what? Nucleophile. That's why this type of a reaction is known as a substitution nucleophilic reaction, SN reaction. So what is my key point here? I am giving you here one important GN need point. GN need point says what? That whenever the cleavage of CO occurs, or wherever the alcohol will show the electrophile, in such a type of a reaction, SN reactions are seen. Once more I will explain. See, this is very important point, and this OH minus will not leave. I will tell everything. Please focus and write down here, because I am giving you each and every key point here. Suppose what I told, this is ROH. If I want to do the cleavage of CO, means if I want to show the alcohol as an electrophile, so cleavage of CO will occur. Means this cleavage will occur. When this cleavage will occur, this R will show plus, this whole species will show minus. Now what I will do, this R is plus, it will do the reaction with what? Nucleophile. So I will bring one nucleophile, this nucleophile will attack on this R plus. Okay, so this R plus will leave this OH minus. It is not possible, this OH minus cannot be leaved, because OH minus is not a good leaving group. But just for explanation, this R plus will react with what? This Nu minus. So to leave this what? OH minus. So this nucleophile is attached to this R plus to leave this a nucleophile. See, a nucleophile is attached to leave a nucleophile. This is also one nucleophile, this is also one nucleophile. So this nucleophile is attached to this R plus to leave a nucleophile. Means this type of a reaction we say as a what? Substitution nucleophilic reaction, SN reactions. Yes or no? So this, why SN is substitution nucleophile reaction? Here nucleophile is just substituted. Here there was nucleophile. So new nucleophile has come, so old nucleophile has gone. So in short, what I am doing, I am just substituting the nucleophile. OH minus is substituted by what? Nu minus. So this type of a reaction is nothing but a what? SN reactions. So that's why I am telling that whenever the cleavage of CO will occurs in alcohol, at that time alcohol will show the electrophile, or alcohol will act as an electrophile, and whenever alcohol will act as an electrophile, here SN reactions will be shown. Yes or no? So this type of a reactions are known as a what? SN reaction. Yes or no? So this nucleophile, there is an R plus, so this nucleophile will react with this R plus, and this type of a reaction is known as a what? SN reaction, because here nucleophile is attached to release the nucleophile, means here this nucleophile is substituted. OH minus nucleophile is substituted with Nu minus. So this is nothing but a substitution nucleophilic reaction, SN reaction, substitution nucleophilic reaction. So this reaction, this whenever alcohol will show, or whenever alcohol has behave as an electrophile, so SN reaction will be shown. So first point. So when CO cleavage occurs, alcohol will act as electrophile, and SN reactions are observed. Okay. Now there is one important another key point. First key point is this for MCQ, for your GN NEET point. Another MCQ is telling that for SN reaction, see this directly reaction cannot occur. Okay, this is only for information I am telling you. This nucleophile will attack to this R plus and OH minus will directly go. It is not possible. This reaction cannot be possible. Why? So understand here, this key point is very important, because if you understand this key point, then only you can do the further reactions. So for SN reaction, protonation of alcohol is compulsory first. This is very important key point. So if you want to do the SN reaction with alcohol, means if you want to do this kind of a reaction, then first what you have to do? First you have to do the protonation with this alcohol. After doing the protonation, then only you can do the SN reaction. Clear? So if you want to do the SN reaction with alcohol, so what you have to do first? First you have to do the protonation of this alcohol. After doing the protonation of the alcohol, then only you can do this reaction, then only nucleophile will attack. Directly nucleophile cannot attack without doing the protonation. So first what you have to do? First you have to do the protonation, means you have to add the H plus, means you have to react with acid. So first you have to react with acid. After reacting with acid, only you can further go for the nucleophilic substitution reaction, that is the SN reaction. So this is very important. These two key points are important for your key point and for your competition exam also, that whenever the CO cleavage will occur, the alcohol will behave as an electrophile. So for electrophile there is a nucleophile, so nucleophile will come to the electrophile. So whenever nucleophile comes to the electrophile to do the reaction, so such a type of a reaction is known as an SN reaction. So here the SN reactions will occur during the mechanisms. For SN reaction there is a one important key point, that for especially for alcohol. So especially for alcohol, if you want to do the SN reaction, so before going to the SN reaction, first you have to do the protonation of alcohol. After the protonation of alcohol, only you can do the SN reaction. Before that you cannot do the SN reaction. Sir, why is it so? I will explain each and every point in the mechanism, but first you take a screenshot, you will understand this. So directly this type of a reaction is possible? Not. It is not possible to directly this type of a reaction. Means what you are understanding? You are understanding nucleophile will attack on this R and R will release this OH minus. No, directly it is not possible. First this ROH should undergo protonation. After undergoing the protonation, only will this nucleophile can attack on this R. How it will happen? We will see this. Okay. So just for your information, I told you that what do you mean by SN reaction means whenever the nucleophile is attacking to the electrophile. So electrophile has to release one nucleophile, means actually the nucleophile is substituted. A old nucleophile is substituted with a new nucleophile, means thus there is a substitution of nucleophile. That's why we say as an SN reactions. This type of a reaction we say as a SN reaction, substitution nucleophilic reaction, SN1, SN2 reaction. This you know, it will understand in the future classes also. So SN1 means 1 nucleophile, SN2 means 2 nucleophile, okay. So this type of a reaction we say as a SN reaction, and this will only occur when there is a electrophile. Who will act as electrophile? Alcohol. Means whenever CO cleavage will occur in alcohol, that is RO. So whenever CO cleavage will occur, at that time only the alcohol will show SN reaction, but directly SN reaction are not possible. First alcohol should undergo the protonation. After undergoing the protonation only alcohol will show the SN reaction. Whereas here if OH cleavage occurs, there is not an issue, directly cleavage of OH occurs, so this alcohol will act as a nucleophile. So in nucleophile there is not an issue, only for the electrophile. You have to understand this key point. It is only for the alcohol when act as a electrophile. Clear? Take a screenshot, then I will go one by one with the mechanism. Clear? So, okay student. So see here. So first I will say that ROH act as a nucleophile, and then we will go with this electrophile, so that you will understand that why your SN reaction are not possible without doing the protonation of alcohol. So see students, now we will see that how the alcohol will act as a electrophile, okay, and alcohol act as a electrophile, and alcohol act as a, first we will see the alcohol as a nucleophile, and then we will do the reaction of nucleophile. After doing the reaction of nucleophile, we will go to the electrophile. So write down a key point that alcohol act as nucleophile. So if you know that whenever alcohol act as a nucleophile, the cleavage of what occurs? So cleavage of OH should occur. So if, just now only I told you, know, if alcohol act as nucleophile, OH cleavage occurs. Now how OH cleavage will occur? So this we have to see here. So see here, this is an alcohol, yes or no? This is an oxygen. Oxygen has made here 2 bonds, but you know oxygen is having a, oxygen belonging to the 16 group, and 16 group is an electron excess group, yes or no? 13 group electron deficient, 14 electron precise, 15, 16, 17 electron excess group. So they have an extra electron after doing the bond also. So see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if alcohol wants to act as a nucleophile, so this cleavage should occur, yes or no? Means this is the site where reaction will occur, This is the site where reaction occurs. Now what happens? We will see here. So see, ROH. Now this is an alcohol, and this alcohol have to show what? As a nucleophile, yes or no? Because this alcohol should act as a what? Nucleophile. So if this alcohol I have to show as a nucleophile, so this nucleophile will act as with what? Electrophile. See, if I want to show this alcohol as a nucleophile, so that was the topic we are doing now, that alcohol is acting as a nucleophile. So if I want to show this alcohol as a nucleophile, so I have to react this alcohol which is showing as a nucleophile, or which I want to show with the nucleophile. So I should react with what? Electrophile. So I will react with here carbocation. I will react with here what? Carbocation. So carbocation is the best electrophile, yes or no? This is a carbocation. So carbocation is the best electrophile. Now see here, this is an electrophile, yes or no? This is an electrophile. So what will happen, you know? This electrophile is in need of electron because it is showing the plus charge, and this oxygen is having the extra electron. So this carbon will take the electron of this oxygen. So this carbon will react with this oxygen, yes or no? So what will happen? See the changes. So this is the R, this is oxygen. Now this oxygen whole lone pair will be donated to this carbon. So here one bond will be formed, and here what will occur? Here C, there are 3 H. So I am not writing again and again H, you have to understand this. Okay, and here there was H. Clear? Now I told you this oxygen has donated the electron to this carbon. So now whenever a oxygen gives the electron to this carbon, means here oxygen will show which charge? Plus charge. Now see the bonds of carbon. So this bond of carbon are 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So carbon valency is fulfilled. So there will be no charge on the carbon. So this type of change will occur. Now as you know, this oxygen is more electronegative element. Oxygen is an electronegative element. So on whenever the electronegative element any positive charge comes, so it is not possible. So this species will be highly unstable. So they want to get the stability. So this oxygen will do what? He is making the new bond with this carbon. This oxygen is making the new bond with the carbon. To make a new bond, he has to break the old bond. So this, what he will do? This oxygen is having the plus charge. but oxygen is an electronegative element, and electronegative element can never be stable with the positive charge. He should gain the electron, he should have the negative charge, or he should be in the stable form. Now this oxygen require the electron, means this oxygen will start to attract the electron from this hydrogen, because this hydrogen can be easily removed. So this oxygen, to satisfy this positive charge, this oxygen starts to attract the electron from this hydrogen. So here hydrogen will be removed. How? So here CrO, here carbon will be 3, and here H plus will be removed. Clear? Now oxygen can make how many bond? 2 bond. So oxygen can make a 2 bond. So there will be no charge on this oxygen, just 2 extra electron will come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 H plus will be removed. 1 H plus will be removed. See, that's what we are telling, no? So OH cleavage, see here. So it is acting as a what? Electrophile, nucleophile. Clear this part? So this type of reaction will occur. So here H plus will be generated. What will be generated here? H plus will be generated. Clear? Means. Understood? Shall I explain once more? If I want to show this as a nucleophile, so if I want to show this as a nucleophile, some electrophile should come and do the reaction. The best electrophile is a carbocation. Carbocation will come, means C plus here. This carbocation formation you know, you have studied in the GOC. So this carbocation is in need of an electron, and this oxygen of an alcohol is having the extra electron. So this carbocation will do the reaction with this oxygen. So this reaction will occur. Now oxygen will donate the lone pair to this carbon. So whenever oxygen is giving the electron, it will create the positive charge. So here there is this formation will occur. Now this oxygen is an electronegative element. Whenever on any electronegative element, if positive charge come, so it will be unstable. So this species is unstable. So unstable species will gain stability. So the bond between this oxygen is new bond. So he has to break this old bond. Now see here, this oxygen cannot leave this R, because this is not a best leaving group, but this hydrogen is the easiest leaving group. So this oxygen, to satisfy this positive charge, it will start to attract the electron from this hydrogen. So this hydrogen will give its electron and release as H plus and RO. So here position will be RO and C. Now oxygen can make a 2 bond. So oxygen can make a 2 bond, so there will be no charge. Now oxygen has a capacity to make a 2 bond. So when oxygen has a capacity to make a 2 bond, so there is no charge on this. So when oxygen is making 3 bonds, so there is 1 charge on it. So oxygen is capacity to make a 2 bond, so there will be no charge. So this now I get a stable species. So I will get this type of a one compound. Count the electron and put the extra electron. And in whole process, what we are observing? We are observing in the final step that H plus is released. Now student, any compound if release H plus, they are known as a what? Acid. So I can say that whenever the cleavage or whenever the alcohol act as a nucleophile, the alcohol will act as a slightly acid. Means this alcohol will also show the slightly acidic property. That's why alcohol is a slightly acidic. You can see it is proved here. Anyone says that shows the how. Another question also can be asked from this. The show how the alcohol act as a acidic property, or why the alcohol, how the alcohol can show the acidic property. So this is the answer for this. That whenever alcohol can act as a nucleophile, so whenever alcohol acts as a nucleophile, it will show slightly acidic property, because there will be a releasing of H plus in the final step. And this is the mechanism of the alcohol which is acting as a nucleophile. So you can see here there is a cleavage of OH. So I didn't observe anywhere the cleavage of OH here. This oxygen, to satisfy this positive charge, he is attracting the electron from this hydrogen. So this oxygen is attracting the electron from hydrogen, so H plus is removed. Means this bond is breaking only, no? This bond is only broken. So H plus is removed. So there is a breaking of what? OH only, no? Why this OH is breaking? Because oxygen is having the positive charge and oxygen need the electron. So oxygen attract the electron from this hydrogen. So means when oxygen is attracting the electron from the hydrogen, so hydrogen is giving the electron and removing as H plus, means this bond is broken. That's what we want to see, the cleavage of OH occurs. So in this way cleavage of OH occurs. Cleavage means breaking. So you can see here breaking is occurring. That's why H plus is only removed, no? So here the alcohol is acting as a nucleophile. Here alcohol is acting as a nucleophile, and at the final step there is a releasing of H plus. That's why whenever alcohol will act as a nucleophile, then alcohol will also show the slightly acidic property. So that's why alcohol is slightly acidic. Clear? So alcohol is a slightly acidic substance. Why? You can prove here. See, because we know who are the acidic substance, one who release the H plus. So it is clearly observed that H plus is released from alcohol during alcohol acting as a nucleophile. That's why alcohol is slightly acidic. Clear this part? So this is the mechanism of the reaction when alcohol have to or alcohol wants to react as nucleophile. And in nucleophile there is not a kind of an SN reaction because there is not attacking of a nucleophile, there is an attacking of electrophile. The problem comes where? The problem comes when the nucleophile will attack, because nucleophile attacking to the electrophile, that's what only we called as a SN reaction. This is not an SN reaction. See, understand, SN reaction are those when nucleophile will attack to the electrophile, not the electrophile attack to the nucleophile. Clear? So here electrophile is attacking to the nucleophile. This is not a SN reaction. When nucleophile attack to the electrophile, that is the SN reaction, because nucleophile will attack to the electrophile so that electrophile has to release the old nucleophile. So there is a substitution of nucleophile, that's why we say substitution nucleophilic reactions. So this is not a SN reaction. Why? Because your electrophile is attacking to the nucleophile. If nucleophile would have attacked to the electrophile, that we have called as a SN reaction. That's why that whenever alcohol acts as a nucleophile, we are not calling this reaction as an SN reaction. Whenever alcohol acts as an electrophile, at that time we say as a SN reactions. Clear? Take a screenshot. Now I will go to the alcohol act as a second point. You can write down that alcohol act as electrophile. So suppose first key point that whenever alcohol act as electrophile, so whose cleavage should occur? CO cleavage occur. Cleavage means breaking. CO cleavage will occur. Now see, suppose if I take the example of directly ROH, I will not take, I will take the example of RC, okay, H2OH example I will take. Okay, so see, this hydrogen is like in this form, no? C, here there is a carbon. So there is a bond, CO bond. If this cleavage occurs, then you have to understand that alcohol is acting as a electrophile. Clear this part? Now we will see this reaction. See, yes, no, CO means CO cleavage is this only, no, CO. Suppose in certain books they are writing like this only, CH2OH. If this occurs, what do you think? Sir, here there is a bond between H2 and O. No, these hydrogen are in these positions. So this oxygen is making bond with this carbon only. So when this bond breaks, this bond means CO bond breaks, so the alcohol will act as a electrophile. Clear this part? Now I will show this reaction. And whenever alcohol is acting as electrophile, one point should come in your mind, which type of reaction will occur? SN reaction. What occurs? SN reaction will occur. This, keep it in your mind, it is a very important key point. So write down, see, this is, I will write down this alcohol in this manner, CH2, this is R, or I will write down, okay, this is R and I will write down here OH, in this way. Understood? Why, sir, we are writing in this way? You will understand. So that it will be understanding, for you it will be understanding will be easy. Clear? I will write down in this way. This is R, this is CH2 and this is OH. Now see here. This carbon is attached with this oxygen, and this oxygen is more electronegative than this carbon. This carbon is attached to this oxygen, and this oxygen is more electronegative than this carbon, so it will be having partially positive charge, yes or no? This will be having the partial positive charge, yes or no? Yes. Now what will happen, you know? So this is acting as a electrophile, suppose. Now I want to do the cleavage of what? This cleavage I have to do. So what you are thinking, what you would be thinking, sir, you bring one nucleophile, this carbon is showing the positive charge, partial positive charge. Why? Because this carbon is associated with this oxygen. This oxygen is more electronegative element, means it will be having the partial negative charge. So this will be having the partial positive charge. So if suppose, if I bring one nucleophile, you are thinking, because we have to, what we have to do? We have to cleave. Which way to cleave? This cleavage should occur, no? Means we are, what is our ultimate logic? Our ultimate logic is to break this bond. Ultimate logic is to what? Break this bond. This is only CO, no? So we are studying the cleavage of CO only. So our ultimate logic is to break this CO. To break this CO, as we know that this carbon is having partial positive charge. Sir, you bring one nucleophile, so this nucleophile will attack to this carbon. So carbon has made a new bond. So this carbon is associated with a nucleophile. So this nucleophile will be released. This is OH minus is a nucleophile only, no? So nucleophile is attacking to this carbon. So carbon is making a new bond with this nucleophile to release the old nucleophile. Means here substitution reaction is occurring. But here this type of reaction not occur. Not occur. No, it's not possible. So here SN reaction cannot occur. This is SN reaction only, no? A nucleophile is associated to release the old nucleophile. Means a nucleophile is substituted. First carbon was having nucleophile OH minus. After doing the reaction, if reaction would have occurred, so this Nu minus would be with carbon. So here first was OH minus. After the reaction, it would be Nu minus. Means actually what I am doing, I am just substituting the nucleophile. So such type of a reaction itself we say as a SN reaction. But here SN reaction will not occur. SN reaction will not occur. That's why I told you, no, directly SN reaction I cannot do. That's why the first point I told you, that whenever first point I told you on writing the note, first note what I have given, the first note I told you that whenever alcohol acts as an electrophile, it will show the SN reaction. Second point I told you that whenever alcohol is acting as an electrophile, yes, it will show the SN reaction. But before going to the SN reaction, first you have to do the protonation of alcohol. After doing the protonation of alcohol, only SN reaction will be shown. But here what I am doing, here directly I am showing the SN reaction. Here directly SN reaction is possible? No. So here directly SN reaction will not occur. Why? So see here. If this nucleophile attack to this carbon, so this carbon has to leave this OH minus. But experimentally shows, this is very important, experimentally shows that OH minus is not at all a good leaving group. Please remember this. This experimentally shows what? That OH minus is not at all a good leaving group. Before that we have released H plus. Remembering, before this reaction when alcohol is acting as a nucleophile, we have released H plus. So H plus is a good leaving group. That's why it was easily leaving H plus. But here I have to release OH minus. An experimental value shows that OH minus is not at all a good leaving group. Means if nucleophile comes and attack here also, so nucleophile if do the reaction, this carbon cannot release this OH minus because OH minus will not release easily. Experimental says that OH minus is not at all a leaving group. So when OH minus will not release easily, this nucleophile cannot attack. When this nucleophile cannot attack, reaction will not occur. That's why I am telling here directly SN reaction will not occur. This is the SN reaction because your nucleophile is attacking, no? So whenever nucleophile attack, SN reaction. So what you are thinking? So this is an alcohol. This carbon is bond with this oxygen. So this oxygen is having the partially negative charge. So this carbon will be having the partially positive charge. So sir, you directly attack this nucleophile to this carbon. So this OH will be released. Okay, very good. I am doing this. So whenever I attack this nucleophile on this carbon, so carbon has made the bond with this nucleophile. So now carbon is asking to leave this OH. OH will say, hey, I will not leave. I am not a good leaving group. Why should I leave? Why should I release my place? That's why I am telling that experimental shows what OH minus is not a good leaving group. So carbon is fighting with this OH. Carbon is fighting, please go, please go, please go, but this OH is not leaving. OH is telling, no, I will not go. Why should I go? I am not a good leaving group. Why should I leave your place? I will not leave the place. Ask the nucleophile to go back. So carbon will be finally exhaust by fighting with this OH. So carbon will not fight with this OH and carbon will say to this nucleophile, please you go back. I cannot leave this OH minus. Why? Because OH minus is not a good leaving group. So carbon will say to this nucleophile, please you go back. I am happy that you came to do the reaction, but please you can leave back. I don't want to do the reaction with you. Carbon is telling to the nucleophile that I don't want to do the reaction with you because this carbon will say to this nucleophile that the carbon will say that I am having one group OH attached. That group is highly not a good leaving group, so I cannot leave with OH. So please you go. So carbon cannot make a bond with this Nu minus. So when carbon cannot make a bond with this Nu minus, why? Due to this OH. Why? Because OH is not a good leaving group. Experimental shows that. So carbon will not make a bond with this Nu minus. When carbon will not make a bond with this Nu minus, so reaction will not occur. Which type of reaction will not occur? SN reaction will not occur. Now carbon is thinking. What carbon is thinking? Now this I have to release anyhow OH minus. Now this OH minus is the person who is not allowing me to do the marriage. Yes or no? Carbon wants to do the marriage with this nucleophile, suppose. So carbons want to do the marriage with this nucleophile, but this OH minus is attacking. No, you don't do it. If you do it, I will not leave your place, because OH minus is a what? It's a one type of a not a good living group. So carbon cannot do the marriage in the presence of OH. So now carbon is thinking, I have to do anyhow marriage. Means carbon is thinking, before I do the marriage, I have to leave this OH minus. Now he is thinking how to release this OH minus. So what carbon is doing, this carbon is thinking a one trick. He is thinking, if I do the marriage of OH first, if OH has done the marriage, then automatically OH will go. If OH will go automatically, I can do the marriage with this Nu. Understood this story? It's a very simple and sweet story. Clear? This carbon wants to do with this marriage with this Nu minus. So Nu minus is coming to this carbon. But whenever Nu minus is coming to this carbon to do the marriage, so carbon is having one bond with this OH minus. So this OH is not allowing this carbon to do the marriage. Why? Because OH is not at all a good living group. He does not want to leave the home. Experimental shows. So understand this. So OH minus is not allowing to do the marriage of carbon with this Nu minus. So this carbon cannot do the marriage with this Nu minus. Clear? Because of this OH is not allowing to the carbon. Now carbon is thinking, I should do something like that first OH should get married. If OH is getting married to someone, so this OH will automatically will go. If OH will automatically will go, so I will be free. Then I can do the marriage with this Nu minus. In short, this carbon is thinking, if OH will do the reaction with someone else, so this OH will go, then carbon will be free. So carbon will do the reaction with this nucleophile. So now who will come to do the reaction with OH? Now the first point occurs, who will come to do the reaction with this OH? So that's why I told you, first you have to do the protonation. So first acid will come, that is H plus will come. This H plus will marry with this OH. So this H plus will marry with this OH. So H plus marry with this OH will forms what? H2O. So they will be stable. So they will leave because now they are married. So when they will leave this position, so this carbon will be alone. Then carbon can do the reaction with this nucleophile. That's why we are telling that in SN reaction, during the alcohol act as a electrophile, directly SN reaction is not possible. First, we have to do the protonation. Why? Why we have to do the protonation? Because this OH is not at all a good living group. Experimental shows this. This OH is not at all a good living group. So first what you are doing? First we are making this OH to leave the position. How we are making this OH to leave the position? Just we are doing the protonation. When we do the protonation, this OH will be released. When this OH will be released, there will be empty space on this carbon, and whenever there is an empty space on this carbon, so nucleophile can attack easily, so SN reaction will occur. Clear this part? This story understood? So now first step is to do what? The first step is to do the protonation of this alcohol. So how will you do this? See here. Understood? No. Why OH minus is not a good living group? This is an experimental studies. This you should remember. Now see here. So what will happen? So RCH2O and H. I will write down in this way now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you know, this is a partially positive charge. Understood? So here, if I do the directly nucleophile reaction, so this nucleophile cannot attack directly here, because this nucleophile attacks directly here. So this CH2 has to release this OH minus, but OH minus is not at all at a good living group. So OH minus will not release easily. When OH minus will not release easily, means this bond will not be broken. When this bond will not be broken, so new bond cannot be formed. So this reaction directly will not occur. So what happened, now carbon is thinking to release first this OH. So how the carbon will think to release the first OH? He is thinking, okay, directly do the reaction with this H plus. Protonation, adding of protonation. What is the protonation? Now see this H plus is having the 0 electron, yes or no? H plus is in need of an electron. So what happened, this oxygen is having the extra electron. So this oxygen will start to give the electron to this H plus. Understand, okay? So R CH2 is having slightly positive charge. So this oxygen will do the reaction with this new hydrogen. There was an old hydrogen and oxygen has given its electron to this hydrogen. This oxygen, out of 2 lone pair, 1 lone pair is given to this H plus. So there will be a creating of positive charge and there will be 2 lone pair. Now new story comes. What the new story comes? The new story comes, oxygen is an electronegative element. Oxygen is a electronegative element. On electronegative element, does positive charge look good? No, positive charge does not look good. So this oxygen wants to gain the electron. This oxygen wants to gain the electron. Now the question comes, from where this oxygen will start to gain the electron. So oxygen can gain the electron from this hydrogen or from this CH2. Now CH2 is having, previously is only having the partially positive charge. So this oxygen will start to gain the electron from this CH2 only. So here partial positive charge will increasing more. First there was only slightly positive charge, but now this oxygen is having the positive. So this oxygen is in requirement of electron. So this oxygen will attract the electron from this CH2. Why not from this H plus? If it starts to take the electron from this H plus, so again H plus will be removed. So what change occurs? Doesn't same thing, no? If this oxygen starts to attract the electron from this hydrogen, so this H plus will be released. So same story comes. So what change? No change. So this oxygen cannot attract the electron from this H. Clear this part? So this oxygen cannot attract this H. So this oxygen will start to attract the electron from this CH2. So here CH2 was a slightly positive charge. Now this slightly positive charge will increase. Why? Because oxygen will now start to attract the electron from this CH2. So what change occurs? The change occurs is R CH2 will be plus and there will be release of H2O. There will be release of what? H2O. Now this CH2 plus is free. So what will happen now? Now one nucleophile will come. Now this CH2 plus is alone. First CH2 was having problem with this OH. This OH was not at all a good leaving group. So this OH was not allowing this CH2 to do the reaction. So what he has done, this OH has first do the reaction with this H plus. So this step is known as a protonation. So on doing the protonation, this oxygen got the positive charge. Now oxygen is electronegative element. So this species will become highly unstable, means it has to gain the stability. So oxygen will start to attract the electron from this CH2. So CH2 will start to give the electron to this oxygen. So CH2 is giving the electrons, it creating positive charge. So water is removed. Now there is a creation of an electrophile. So electrophile comes. So there is a nucleophile. You can react with this nucleophile. So this nucleophile directly react with this electrophile, and here SN reaction occurs. So this is the SN reaction, because your nucleophile only will attack to this CH2 plus, no? Or in another manner, I can show in another manner. This is also correct. This is also correct. Or I can show in another way. See, what is another way? Another way I can show here, so that you can understand the detailed. See what will happen. Here there is an R. Here there is an CH2. Here there is an oxygen. Here there is an hydrogen. This oxygen will give its one lone pair to this H. So this H plus has gained 2 electrons. It will be stable. But now this oxygen has given one lone pair, so create positive charge. And there are one lone pair also extra is there. Now this oxygen is an electronegative element. So on this positive charge doesn't look good. So what will happen? This oxygen will start to attract the electron from this CH2. Okay. So previously only there was a positive charge on this CH2. Now once more from this positive charge, again oxygen started to attracting the electron from this CH2. So here the positive charge will develop more. Here the positive charge will develop more. Now what happens? This nucleophile will come here. Now this nucleophile has a 2 place. If nucleophile attack here or attack here, so this nucleophile will attack here, because nucleophile wants to do the reaction with what? This CH2. So this CH2 now can leave this H2O, because they want to be stable. So this H2O will be released, and this nucleophile will attack to this R CH2NU. So reaction will occur. Directly I cannot, if I write down directly this Nu here, suppose Nu minus, so this Nu minus, here there is a positive, yes, so here Nu minus will come to react with this CH2 plus, but this CH2 plus cannot release this OH, because OH minus is not at all a good leaving group. That's why I reacted this OH with this H plus and I made a good leaving group. Now this is a highly good leaving group because they want to be stable. No? Now this oxygen is having the positive charge on it. So oxygen will start to attract the electron from this CH2 because he wants to stable. So CH2 will become plus. So nucleophile will attack here on this CH2 and this will release as a whole H2O. So H2O is a one stable species. So H2O will be released. So see here nucleophile is attacking to this electrophile. So that's why this type of a reaction is known as a what? Substitution nucleophilic reaction. And here directly SN reaction has not occurred. First what you have done? First we have reacted alcohol with H plus to make OH as water. For that it can be a good leaving group. After then only this nucleophile has attacked. So in this way SN reaction occur whenever alcohol will act as a nucleophile. Directly SN reaction is not possible. First protonation should be there. After protonation the water will be released and CH2 will react with nucleophile. So this type of reaction is known as nucleophilic substitution reaction. So now directly here nucleophile can attack to this CH2 plus because this H2O is a good leaving group. H2O can release easily because it's a one compound. Here OH minus cannot release easily. If nucleophile would have attacked this carbon directly, so OH minus would have not released easily. Why? Because OH minus cannot be released. Experimental study shows that OH minus is not at all a good leaving group. So it cannot be released easily. This oxygen will not release this place. That's why I made this oxygen to do the reaction with the H plus first. They made the water, oxygen got the positive charge. So this become unstable species. They want to gain the stability. So they will be releasing as H plus because this oxygen will start to attract the electron. So it will attract the electron. So it will gain one lone pair and forms a water. So CH2 will form plus. So directly nucleophile can attack on this CH2 plus and here SN reaction is occurred. So SN reaction cannot occur directly. First protonation should be there and then only nucleophilic substitution reaction will occur. So there is a difference between the reaction of an alcohol and see here there is not a release of H plus in the final step. So whenever alcohol will act as an electrophile, alcohol cannot act as an acid. But if alcohol acts as a nucleophile, it can act. It is acting as an acid because in the final step there is a release of H plus, and here there is not a release of H plus. There is a release of H2O. Clear? So whenever alcohol acts as a nucleophile, final release is of H plus, and whenever alcohol is acting as an electrophile, final release is of H2O. So in this way the reaction occurs. Alcohol as an electrophile, alcohol as a nucleophile. Electrophile SN reaction, but SN reaction directly is not possible. First protonation and then after SN reaction. So please understand this. If you are not comfortable, you can please message me or you can comment me so that I can explain better and easily. But this is the final explanation. I hope you understood. Thank you.